Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Lovely. Hello friends, this is Pastor Daniel Gouveia. Thank you so much for checking out this review. Today I'm taking a look at a very beautiful Bible. It's the New King James verse-by-verse center column reference Bible in brown goatskin, and this is in the Premier Collection by Thomas Nelson. I have reviewed similar Bibles in the past, but with different covers. I've reviewed the one with black goatskin cover, and also the one in gray genuine leather. That's a gorgeous Bible. I mean, they all are gorgeous Bibles. But to be honest, if I had to choose one, I would probably choose the brown goatskin. So I was very excited to see this format being released with this cover. Now it comes in this beautiful box. It's a dark gray box like we are used to for the Premier Collection. And here's some of the features. Also, when you take it out of the box, it comes wrapped in this awesome black paper. I love it, with the Premier logo in this silver seal sticker. So yeah, pretty nice. Now, I've reviewed Bibles in the Premier Collection with brown goatskin before. The Thin Line Premier in brown goatskin, awesome Bible. And also the single column reference Bible by Thomas Nelson in the Premier Collection, also in brown goatskin. I'll leave a link to these reviews down below if you're interested. I'll probably link some cards as well. These are excellent, excellent Bibles. I really love them. And it's interesting to see some variations in the color and in the leather, but we'll get to that in a moment. I've decided to organize this review a little bit differently than I normally do, just because I've reviewed this format before, and you can watch those reviews if you're interested in all the details. So I chose to share with you 9 things that I absolutely love about this Bible and 4 things that I'm not crazy about. So let us start. Number 1. I really love the brown goatskin by Thomas Nelson in the Premier Collection. Okay, that's one of the things that I love about this Bible. It has this fine grain, as you can see. It's beautiful and has kind of a rugged texture, but it's smooth at the same time. Kind of hard to explain. You just have to feel it with your fingers. I absolutely love this cover. And the reason why I like the brown goatskin so much in these Premier Collection Bibles is that it's not as supple as the black, and to me that's important because as a preacher, when I hold my Bible in the hand when I'm preaching, I like the fact that it doesn't fold as much. So that's a plus in my opinion. So yeah, I really love this cover. Number 2 would be the spine. I love this spine. Again, not very different from other publications by Thomas Nelson in the Premier Collection. Has 5 raised hubs, and they are very pronounced and they're very beautiful. They give gives such an awesome look to the Bible. And I like the simplicity of the spine, just with Holy Bible in gold, and then New King James Version, and then Thomas Nelson. Beautiful, elegant, simple. I love it. Number 3, I like the stitching around the perimeter. As you can see, it's very well done, and it gives an awesome look to these Bibles. So yeah, just love that. Number 4, I love these ribbons. I love the color combination. These are double satin ribbons. I love the length. They're really long. I don't need ribbons that are as long, but I'm not against long ribbons. I just love these ribbons. I think they're beautiful with the diagonal cut, a brown one, a red one, and a baby blue one, or a light blue one. Yeah, I just love them. I think they look amazing. Really high quality ribbons. Yeah, what else can I say? I love these. Number 5 would be the gilding. I think you can see it in the camera. This is superbly done. It's red under gold. Now the red is not like very bright red or deep red. Not at all. It's almost like a rose or a salmon color that you see under the gold. Very light shade of red. And I actually love that. I don't like when the red pops out too much. If it's blue, I actually like it a little bit more vivid, but not red. So that's my personal preference. And that's why I love this gilding. The gold looks amazing all over the Bible. I see no defects. The quality is really good. By the way, as I'm looking at the gilding, I can also show you that these signatures look crazy awesome. And yeah, it is might soon, of course, and that makes the Bible more durable. You can see there the dark brown headband, and it has a dark brown tailband. So nothing to write home about, but yeah, just wanted to give you those details as well. But the gilding, yeah, awesome. Pretty awesome for a Bible in this price point. Number 6, another thing I love about this Bible is it is edge-lined. This allows the Bible to open flat, and I also believe that this really makes the binding more durable. So edge lining, very, very well done. Number 7, and that would have to be this awesome, amazing 36 GSM paper. I love this paper. I have written and underlined and marked Bibles with this paper. Takes the ink pretty well. I mean, I've used coloring pencils, I've used microns, even other pens. This paper is awesome. I love the smell of the paper. I love the color of the paper. I love the texture of the paper. I love the fact that the pages are so easy to turn even when the Bible is brand new. So yeah, I really enjoy and love this 36 GSM paper that you find in the Premier Collection Bibles by Thomas Nelson. Now, number 8, I'm going to cheat a little bit, okay? And I'm going to give you a ton of things that I love, because number 8 is really, I would call it the layout, or the text block in general layout. I absolutely love this text block. I love this layout. It's a 2-column format with a center column for references. I think it's beautiful, like the name of the Bible says. It's very classic and doesn't have vertical lines separating the center column, but I don't think those are necessary. I'm not against them, but really, I mean, you see clearly where the center column is. I love the font. It's a 10-point comfort print font specifically designed by 2K Denmark for the New King James Version. It is bold. It is a joy to read. I mean, I can't say enough about this font. It's really amazing. The design is crazy good. Another thing I absolutely love is this, still number 8, okay, general layout, but I'm giving you a ton of things that I really love about this Bible in the general layout. It's the fact that it is a verse by verse. Now you have it in the name, but not only it's a verse by verse, which is my favorite style or format for a Bible, but the verse numbers, they really stand out. They're not only big and bold, but they are red, and they stand out. In most of the Bible, they really stand out because the text is black for most of it. Now, it is a red letter text, and let me go ahead and talk to you about that right away. When you have the red letter in the Gospels and all the way through Revelation for the words of Jesus, the red is amazing. Look at that shade of red. It is dark. It is fairly consistent. I haven't seen crazy inconsistency. I love this red. And yes, when you have red text and red verse numbers. They don't stand out as much, but because they are so big and bold, I mean, they are clearly visible. Okay, so I love verse by verse, and I love it when the verses stand out. To me, that is a big, big plus. Now, a little word about the references. You have cross references and translation notes in the center column, but when the center column is not enough, you will find the rest of those translation notes or references under the right column of the page. Okay, so you see here, actually, in this text in Romans is visible on both pages. Both in the left page, you have it under the right column, and on the right page, you have it also under the right column. Again, when there's not enough space in the center column for all the references and translator notes, you will find them under the right column of the page. Another thing that I absolutely love is the poetic setting. When you have poetry, you have the poetic setting, and it looks just gorgeous. It's like breathtaking. It's hard not to love this Bible. I haven't heard people say negative things about this Bible, honestly. I think it's just amazing. I also don't know everything people say, but in my world, this Bible is greatly loved by me and by people that have reviewed it, even people to whom I have gifted Bibles with this layout. I gave 2 black goatskins to pastors, and I gave a gray genuine leather to a church member, and they love it. And again, even online, I've heard so many good things about this layout, and I agree. I mean, I'm in love with it. It's beautiful. Amazing for reading, for study, for preaching. Hard to beat. Another thing that looks really good is the page numbers. They are centered at the top of the page. The book references in the upper corners also look really good. They're in red. Now, the subheadings in red look amazing. I think they offer a wonderful contrast. Also, the book titles, they are in red. There's sometimes little parts of the titles that are in black, but the main title is in red, dark red. And they have book introductions, and then some little designs here separating the book introduction from the rest of the text. And speaking about book introductions, that leads me to my number 9, and that's the last point that I want to make, or that I want to mention, that I really love about this Bible is the book introductions. I love these book introductions. They're very simple, to the point, and I think they offer a really nice touch to these Bibles. So, well done, Thomas Nelson. 9 things that I absolutely love in this Bible, even though for number 8 I cheated and I put a bunch of things in there because I was talking about the general layout. Now for the things that I'm not crazy about. First of all, even though I told you, the first thing that I said was that I really love this cover. And again, if I had to choose one of the center column classic reference Bibles by Thomas Nelson, I would probably choose this one because I love the brown goatskin so much, and the fact that it's not as supple, as flexible as other covers. And it's still a premium cover, and it's edge-lined, all of that. I love it. But this cover, to be honest, when I compare it with previous brown goatskin covers by Thomas Nelson, I just feel the quality is not as great. When I fold it, it makes these awkward effects here in the leather. I don't know why. I don't like to see it. I know other Bibles do this, but not as much. Let me bring the other ones here closer. This is the grain of the thin line, and if I fold it, well, you also have it, but not as much. And the grain to me looks a little bit superior. Maybe that's just my impression, okay, or my opinion, but yeah. And same goes for the single column. The grain looks a little bit more glorious, but that wouldn't be an issue just when I fold it. Look, when I fold this one actually looks way better. Doesn't have those strange effects as this one when I fold it. Now, I don't know why. I'm not an expert in leather. So yeah, I'm just pointing that out. It's something that I'm not crazy about. Number 2 of things that I'm not crazy about would be the Gilt-line, even though I know a lot of people love Gilt-lines, and I love Gilt-lines, okay? But this Gilt-line, and I've seen this in the other Bibles in the Premier Collection. I've never mentioned it, but I'm going to because this is an honest review. And I don't like the fact that these Gilt-lines are so solid. And to me, they would look better if they were a little bit thinner maybe and not as solid. It just adds a touch of class in the detail, I think. I mean, you want a Gilt-line to be visible, but these are just a little bit too visible, too solid for me. I would prefer something that is there, but it's not as in your face. That's maybe just me being crazy. Number 3, the cut in the leather here, you can see it by the Gilt-line, is not super perfect. I found that in other Premier Collection Bibles by Thomas Nelson. So just a minor detail, nothing too serious, too important. Doesn't bother me too much. I'm just not crazy about it. And number 4, maybe the thing that I mostly dislike about these Bibles, I've mentioned this in previous videos, is the lack of space in the gutter. Now, it has enough space for you to read it. The text does not go in the gutter to the point that you cannot read it. On the contrary, you can read it just fine. But I love Bibles that have a little bit more space in the gutter. I think it's just better for everything, for the reading purposes, but also if you want to make some small annotations in the gutter. Here, it's virtually impossible. Of course, when you come to the Psalms or some poetic sections, you will have more space here. But overall, I think this Bible needed a little bit more space in the gutter. Now, I know that the publisher needs to make important decisions and has to please a lot of people. So, hey, I love your Bibles, Thomas Nelson, and this won't make me stop using them at all and recommending them. Most people that I know that interact with the Bible on a daily basis don't write as much in their Bibles as I write in mine, so this wouldn't be an issue for them. Don't want to end the video in a negative note. On the contrary, I want to give a very good review of this Bible because I actually love it very much, and the things that I'm not crazy about will not prevent me from using it. I've been reading it the last few days. I've been home recovering from surgery, so I have a little bit more time, and it has been a joy to read. I want to thank Thomas Nelson for sending me this Bible in exchange for an honest review. This was my honest review. Any comments, questions, insights, leave them down below, and I will see you on my next video, God willing. Remember, whatever Bible you read it with faith, read it with prayer, and know this, Jesus loves you. Jesus was crucified for you, and he was crucified for me.